Hi, Ben Mankiewicz with you. Thanks for staying up late with us on TCM, where we're winding down our third night of Bugs Bunny Mania. He is our star of the month. Up next, a set of cartoons that represents the musical flair of the Warner Brothers animation team. First, from 1943, Bugs joins several of his animated colleagues in A Corny Concerto, directed by Bob Clampett, with a story by Frank Tashlin. This spoof of Walt Disney's Fantasia is a blast for those who love the symphony, and perhaps especially for those who don't. It's also the first Warner Brothers cartoon with more than two major characters in starring roles. Presented from Carnegie Hall, Elmer Fudd mocks real-life composer Deems Taylor as the MC of a program featuring the music of Johann Strauss. The short is divided into two acts. The first is Tales from the Vienna Woods, with Porky taking on Elmer's usual role as the rabbit hunter chasing after bugs. The second gives us a young version of Daffy Duck, although some argue it is not Daffy. It is a spin on the Ugly Duckling fairy tale set to the Blue Danube waltz. Following A Corny Concerto, you'll see Rhapsody Rabbit from director Friz Freleng in 1946, with Bugs as a pianist attempting to play Liszt's Second Hungarian Rhapsody while being frustrated by a mouse. Then there's Baton Bunny, directed by Chuck Jones and Abe Levito in 1959, where a fly and other distractions get in the way of Bugs conducting the Franz von Suppe piece Morning, Noon, and Night in Vienna. With musical direction by Carl W. Stallings and Milt Franklin, get ready for, as Elmer puts it, the whimpering rhythm of the woodwinds in A Corny Concerto, Rhapsody Rabbit, and Baton Bunny. As I mentioned before we ran these shorts, the first cartoon in the block you just saw, A Corny Concerto from 1943, was a spoof of Walt Disney's feature film classic Fantasia, released 3 years earlier. Many of the Warner Brothers animators had come from Disney's studio, and producer Leon Schlesinger was happy to take jabs at the man who had been his biggest competitor in the early years of animation, although there was never any question that Disney was the king of the field. One of those animators who spent time working for Disney, Frank Tashlin, wrote the story for A Corny Concerto. Tashlin may be the biggest name from Warner's animation to find success as a live-action Hollywood writer and director. Tashlin worked on several Jerry Lewis comedies, including Rockabye Baby, Cinderfella, and The Disorderly Orderly, as well as hits like Susan Slept Here and Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter. Coming up, we continue the symphony theme with a musical drama from 1947 starring Marcia Hunt and William Prince. Carnegie Hall, directed by Edgar G. Ulmer, is next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, Carnegie Hall, then The Great Waltz, and later, Mary of Scotland. TCM's your kilty pleasure tonight.